and a wonky tripod. How's everybody doing? It's May. It's May, the lusty month of May. Oh, I forgot my new cards too. I'm sorry. I've been busier than a one-arm paper hanger for all weekend. So I'll tell you, I'll talk to you all about it in a second. I got to go get another set of cards that were found in the coach, and I've been looking for them for over a year. Ta-da! Spirit of the Animal Oracle. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Give me a second. Hey, Jane, how are you, darling? Okay, let me just turn off the comments here so that I get to see them on here. Okay, Candy, let me say hi to everybody. Avon Leanne, Seashell Surf. Hey, darling. Celeste Autocure, Jane Wilson, Jaton. How are things going, Jaton, with your daughter? Jean Phillips, Candy, Leanne Bishop, Senwa, and Rosie Slade. So far, that's all who's talking. Now I got to put it on live chat. Oh, excellent. These cards, which I will not use the book for. Well, I may have to use the book for because I am unfamiliar with them. It's been a while. These are my Spirit of the Animal Oracle cards. And I have been looking for these for a long time. No, they have stuff right on them, so I don't need the book. Pray for the Judds on the loss of Naomi yesterday. Yeah, was it suicide? Because they said something about it being, she died because of mental illness. And when someone says that, I usually assume it's a suicide. All right. Because that's awful, man. That's really awful. So let's get some more light in here. Let's get our cloth out for our cards. Hey, Mama Cat. 3 to 4 weeks for biopsies to come back. Well, you're constantly in our prayers. Hi, Timothy, as is everybody. There's a lot of people in here that are having, issues with health and all that stuff. Now, the Spirit of the Animal cards are a special card. Those are by request only. I'm not just going to randomly pick one of these. Okay, these are by request only because it will tell you a deep connection with the spirit animal of you. So if you want to know what spirit animal speaks for you, that's a special pull card. Okay. And here is our Starseed Oracle cards. I'm sorry I'm not set up, but oh my goodness, we were in the garden yesterday. And hi, Mocha. Urban. We were in the garden yesterday. And I'm missing a card here. There we are. And every time I ran out of, my back couldn't take it anymore, I would sit down and I would have a little puff. And then, I'd sit there and Howie'd be doing something outside and I'd be talking to him. And the next thing you know, okay, I've got one more bed I can weed in me. And I'd get up and I'd do it again. And the next thing you know, all the raised beds are weeded. Well, you'll see the video tomorrow. I feel like I have some sort of spirit animal because whenever I dream I have to run, I cannot pick up my feet, but if I get on all fours, I can run like the wind. Oh, I'm pretty sure I know what you are. But, okay. Hey, Ninja, how are you? How are you? So we have 6 decks of cards out today. We have the Spirit of the Animal card. We have our Starseed Oracle, our White Light Oracle, our Soul's Journey, our Work Your Light Oracle and our Energy Oracle cards. So yesterday, I have to get behind the fan for a minute. I've been going since I got out of bed, but I didn't get out of bed till noon. Was it noon, Howie? When I got out of bed, it was like noon, wasn't it? Howie's getting his race car back this coming week, and it's been painted in the company colors. There'll be a video about that on Life with the Wolfies sometime this week. Hey, dear. Hey, Joe Mama. Don't know how long I can stay. That's okay, darling. You stay as long as you can and as long as you're comfortable to do so. Okay. So yesterday, knowing that there was no car in the garage to disrupt Howie's concentration, he helped. He went to town on like yard work and stuff, and he helped me. And we haven't got the new soil for the beds yet, but that'll be in a couple of weeks. But we did take soil out of the bean beds where we planted the beans last year. Now remember, beans add nitrogen to the soil, right? Hi, Simply Jessica, Jean Phillips. So what he did was he took soil from each of the bean beds and put it in the bed on the other side because we needed to top them up. Like every year they get a little bit heavier in soil, right? So, hey, so anyway, then I planted a bed of beets and another bed of beets and a bed of rutabagas. And tomorrow you'll get the video of me planting well, you won't get it tomorrow. Tomorrow I will finish recording the planting of the parsnips. Remember how much trouble I had with parsnips? Allie still needs gallbladder scan. The upper endoscopy was Friday. She has a lot of ulcers. Oh, the poor baby. Poor baby. Don't you worry. She and you and your family are in our prayers always. So we pulled up the rest of, now rather than put three high boxes in the back, we took those off, and I've made an extra bed. And instead of doing 3 high boxes, I took the tops off, and now I'm going to have, when it's done, I'm going to have 22 beds in the backyard. Last year I did 16. And yeah, last year I only had 16 because the garlic beds didn't work. They did, however, start to grow in the spring again. So we just took the boxes off the garlic beds and left the garlic there in the dirt. But the ones where I had to weed out, I transplanted that garlic. Hopefully it'll stay alive. I transplanted that garlic into my flower bed. So we were really busy yesterday. And it was like, those days when you really shouldn't push yourself beyond the pain? Well, I would sit down and I'd have a puff. And then, hi, Bobby Joe. How are you, darling? And then I would go, okay, I can do one more bed. And the next thing you know, we haven't built the other beds yet because we need to get soil, and I still have to put cardboard out. So it'll be a separate garden video of bed prepping, right? So, and anybody who wants the 4-jar lids, there's a new link. It's my link, and it's in the description box below this video. And don't forget to use the coupon code HALFACRE, all capital letters, for 10% off. I'm tired, Joe. I'm tired, Bobby Joe. So, and Howie started cleaning up all the garbage that has been accumulating in the backyard. And I think this summer, or maybe in the fall, whenever we can afford to, he's gonna clad the window in at the back, and we're gonna rent a pressure washer and just pressure wash all of the vinyl siding in the back. I said, I wish we could do the rest of the house in the in the wood that we have out front. And he said, have you never seen houses that are part vinyl siding, part brick? And I said, yeah. And he said, that's all we're doing. I said, okay. So, hey, Lena K, how are you? Sage Spa. All right, give me a second here. I got to take a puff. So by the time I was done, I could barely lift my feet. Everything hurt. I came in, I got supper on, I had a shower. And when I got into my power lift chair in my nightshirt, the pain was like a hot iron rod going through my hip, across my lower back to the other hip. And then my knees were going, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? And my shoulders are going, hey, you may be 58, but your body's 85. I mean, my whole body was screaming at me. So I have to power wash mine also. Well, we want to power wash the vinyl siding, finish cladding in the bathroom window, inside and out, because there's no frame around it. It's just in and, insulated. And then we want to get a nice deep reddish stain and stain the wood part of the house. So, I mean, that's probably, I don't know if that's going to happen this year or not. So my 22-year-old daughter and her husband bought 2.8 acres and are having a new manufactured home put on. She's starting her homestead. They close August 1st. Oh, God bless them. Good show. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Plant those gardens. And if you only have a balcony, then maybe get yourself a seed sprouting kit so that you could have, because like broccoli sprouts, mung bean sprouts, all of those things are really, really, really good for you. And it's concentrated nutrition and you don't need a lot of growing space. I mean, think outside the box, right? Think outside the box. Maybe buy yourself some grow lights and put that out on your balcony. Set up your plants and your grow lights on your balcony just so that anytime there's shade, they don't get, unless you don't need them, right? Hey, Fiona B. I can't wait to see if you raise chickens this year. I need to talk to my friend Steffi, but I might. But they would only be for meat. We're not wintering over anything. So we'll see. Hey, Sherry Leach. I'm okay today. Today is my daughter's birthday. How lovely. Well, if you think about people who may live in an apartment building, there's usually shade, depending on what side of the building you're on, depending on where the sun rises and lowers, right? You may want extra lights. But I mean, God rest his soul, Mom's last husband, Jim, he would put a 5-gallon pail. He'd plant a 5-gallon pail of tomato plants every year on the balcony because and I'll tell you something, that man never had a prostate problem because he ate tomatoes on a regular basis. Don't quote me, look it up. I haven't had my puff yet, have I? Okay, I'll shut up for a second. Ow. So I'm planting my parsnips differently this year, and that's I'm gonna plant them tomorrow, but you probably won't get the video until Thursday or Friday. Because I don't want to give you garden, update videos and stuff. I want to put some cooking in there too. And since that war cake is almost gone, I'll probably be baking something from the recipe box this week. Hey, Stephen, how are you, darling? Hang on a second. Some states will not allow people to buy chickens due to the bird flu. Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Bev, there are meat chickens that lay eggs till they go to the freezer. Yeah, I know, but I don't have time. Okay. chickens have to be 5 months old. 5 months old before they start laying. By then, they're already getting tough. You feel me? I mean, they'd be good for canning, but I bet it would be good. What would be good with cranberries? Oh, the war cake. Yes. I'm going to make another one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the sugar in half. Okay? Because that was a lot of sugar. Or I'm at least going to take, 3/4 of a cup of it out. And this time I'm going to do pecans. Because Howie says, if I live through this cake, because I've been giving it to him in his lunch every day. And every day the tub comes back and it's got raisins in it. Yeah, it was way too much sugar. But I don't know if that is part of the rising process, right? So I'm going to cut that sugar right down to like a cup and a quarter, plus the molasses, and I'm going to do a pecan one. And I will do I'll do another video on that, alternative war cake, and see if it works. I hear you, Steve. Eggs jumped from $1.38 to $2 a dozen. I haven't bought, well, no, that's not true. The last time I went to the IGA, eggs were on for $1.46. And that was on sale. They're regularly over $3.29 for a dozen here. Have been for a long time. But I'm gonna get some fresh eggs soon because the farm's gonna be open for selling eggs. 2 18 packs were $13 at our local Sam's in Abilene. Wow. Wow. That's really hot tea. So next, we got the back beds. I got 3 planted. I'm planting 1 more tomorrow, my parsnips. And I have a new video because remember last year I threw parsnips in, they didn't grow. And then I threw more in and I got 5. Well, it was a pretty dry spring. And I didn't soak the parsnip seeds. This year, I'm doing it totally differently, and it's a video. I just priced eggs and a dozen at $4. Wow. I canned up some ham and bean soup, canning some cooked hamburger. Oh, Arthur and Mel are coming to visit. I mean, we've seen them since the pandemic started, but they haven't been here since the pandemic started, and they're coming on the weekend of the community yard sale. So Mel's going to hang out with me at the yard sale. We're going to pull the motor coach down there. I'm just going to pack everything for the sale in the motor coach, and we're going to pull the motor coach over there, and I'm going to pay for 2 tables, and I'm going to pull up my own table, and then I'm going to rent one, right? And if I can't rent one, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, I know, it's nuts. And there's all these, processing plants and food storage places and all that stuff being crashed into by planes and fires and explosions and all kinds of stuff. There was 45 of them, wasn't there, across the states, across the USA that were decimated by fire or accident or whatever. Will I bring you along for the yard sale? Absolutely. Absolutely. I may do a live stream, or I may just do a video, because I don't really want to live it too much when there's people coming up, and I don't want to make them uncomfortable by having them on camera, right? But yeah, I'll do a video. We're just going to pull a motor coach over there and pop out the awning, because I'm not going to be able to run into the bathroom. I suppose I could with Melanie there, but I might as well just take my washroom with me. I mean, it's only 1 kilometer away, right? And whenever I need to, I can go in and make a cup of tea, just turn the generator on, make a cup of tea. I was going to put a big urn of coffee out, but then I'd have to have the generator running all the time to keep it hot. It's no, that's a waste of money. But so yeah, we're gonna pull the motor coach over and then unpack everything that's going in the sale. Bird plates from Bradford Exchange plates with the certificates in the boxes, $5, $5, $5. Hardcover still in the dust cover down book, 200 pounds of them, a buck a piece. You know what I mean? All my extra baby cabbages and tomatoes, a buck a piece. Because you guys warned me, don't say, don't undersell, because people are going to want to bargain, right? And then he just took apart my big brown china cabinet, and he put the glass. If there's anybody here that's local, there's the top of a china cabinet with the glass shelves on the doors and sitting at the end of my driveway. Okay. I was going to make plant boxes out of it, but I thought, you know what? I'm decluttering for a reason. And And what was I going to say? There's a bunch of stuff from there that's going in the yard sale, right? So it's declutter time, and so it's all going to get wrapped up and put into the yard sale, and then I'm I could go in, pop in, and make myself a cup of tea. I could pop in and make myself a cup of tea and use the toilet, right? And then just pack everything, and anything that doesn't sell, okay, is like going to be donated somewhere, right? Like to the Rupert Hall store, or the books, any books that don't sell, I'll donate to the library. You know what I mean? Well, I was going to say 50 cents a plant for the plants, but everyone went, no, no, they're full grown plants, $1 a piece. And I was like, okay. But if someone says, will you give me 6 for $5? I'll say, sure. There you go. But those cardboard paper roll tubes don't have any bottoms on them. So I started to make paper pots just to support, my cobbled together like peat pots. I started to make paper cups to put those in. And then I realized, Bev, just wrap the whole thing, take it out and just roll it up in paper, put a piece of masking tape on it. Boom. It's now has a paper pot around it, because I'm afraid people are going to pick up one and they're going to go right through the tube, right? Oh yeah, just on 2 days of the week also don't sound right to me. What are we talking about? The cost of chicken feed has tripled from what I'm hearing, and farmers would have to sell them for $12 a dozen to break even. Make sure to put not for sale tag on Gracie. She won't be here with me. She'll be there with me. I'm going to drive the truck over, right? Howie's going to drive the coach over, and he's going to drive the truck home. And Mel and I are going to do the Saturday yard sale. I don't know if Arthur's going to be with us. He might want to, hang out with Dad for that. And so, and then that, she said, when does it end? I said, usually yard sales end around 2:00, right? 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. or whatever. I said, it's not all day, but I saved the turkey. And I remember I said Mel didn't get her $50 Christmas or birthday money because it screwed up on the internet. So we're gonna have a turkey dinner and a blueberry cheesecake or something for Mel's birthday. Okay, Stephen, take care, honey. I don't understand killing them by the thousands is to stop the spread. I don't know. I don't necessarily believe it either. So, I mean, I don't trust mainstream media at all. Right? You know where I get my news? Rebel. Not I get my news Rebel and Rumble. You know what I mean? Snapping the whip already. Who's snapping the whip? Take care, darling. So anyway, I put a post on Life with the Wolfies showing the actual flowers. I was a little disappointed that the center of the daisies were green, not yellow, like the original picture. But they were beautiful. They were beautiful flowers. So thank you to those who donated toward Aunt Audrey's flowers. YouTube family was put on the card, and I posted it over on the community board. Hey, Lynn, how are you today? Oh, you're not that late. We've only been here 25 minutes. Had back surgery 2 weeks ago and canning now. My daughter would kill me if she knew. Well, listen, Carol, I was watching something on YouTube. Now, I rarely have time to actually watch videos, right? If I do, it's usually Rumble News or Rebel News or anything while I'm in bed at night. But I got caught watching, like caught my attention, this 87-year-old grandmother in the Appalachians, right? And she said that she's really good health, good eyes, good hearing, 87 years old, and she still puts a garden in and has cows and 3 big freezers full of meat. And she owns like 500 acres across the Appalachians, somewhere around there. Anyway, she said the only time she had a problem with her health, she said, I can still play guitar. I'm 87. I can't play guitar anymore. And she said when she cracked 3 vertebrae or something in her back in a car accident. And they told her every night before you go to bed, take a cup of hot water and put in a couple of teaspoons of Jello and mix that up. And they said, drink it every night. And she says, I like lemon lime. And she says, and I still drink it to this day and look at my joints. I'm like, Jello, I'm going to start trying that for like my joints and stuff. Hey, Raph, how are you, darling? So this week, these next couple of weeks I'm going to be packing stuff up into boxes. And when Howie gets home, I'll say, put this in the coach. Put this in the coach. Put this stairs, because there's a 32-inch Sony TV, not a big boxy one, but not a full flat screen the way they are now. 32-inch Sony TV stand. I've been throwing stuff away too. So I fractured one in a car wreck. Teaspoons of Jello and a hot cup of water every day, and because gelatin, bones, and cartilage. I pressure cook bones and stuff. Like you can roast them, but you can pressure cook them. That the broth you get from that turns into jelly, right? Jello or jelly aspics, okay, used to be made back in the 1800s and 1700s. They used to be made by boiling clean calf's foot jelly. And then they would flavor them and color them with whatever they wanted. It was really, really wild. Hey, Wanda, how are you? So this grandma, Appalachian grandmother, 87 years old, who still plays guitar every night before she goes to bed, singing Amazing Grace, says, gotta have my Jello. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, you could just make up Jello and into 3 little tubs or whatever and eat it that way. But she just puts a couple of spoonfuls of Jello powder in a hot cup of water and drinks that every night. Well, I'm pretty sure whether it's sugar-free or not, the gelatin is the gelatin. As long as it's gelatin, everything else doesn't matter, whether it's flavored or plain, right? Like you could make a cup of herbal tea, sweeten it however you want, and then put a couple of spoons of Jello, like gelatin, just plain gelatin in it, and drink that down, right? I have to wear a belt. I have to stand and sit for. You know what? You shouldn't be canning right now, baby. I can't bend or twist or pick up more than 10 pounds. Yeah, me either. But okay, I'm not going to argue with you because I do it too. I had spinal fusion. Wow. So I mean, if you get Knox gelatin, and you put a little packet in a cup of hot herbal tea with honey at night, there's your gelatin. It's not just about Jello; it's about the gelatin because gelatin is comes from bones and cartilage, right? We used to be able to buy Knox gelatin capsules for nails and hair per the label. Well, there you go. Celery seed makes gelatin also. What do you mean celery seed makes gelatin? You mean big per Carol Biggs, big prayers. My mom has hardware from her bra strap to her butt crack. Wow. Well, I am not going to complain because I tell you what, yesterday I weeded one bed and thought I was done, and we got them all done and planted. And Howie got the chainsaw, found it was duller than a dog turd, and but he cut down all the sumac because it keeps just growing, right? Um, hey, Angie Mac, how are you? Oh, chia, yeah. Apparently, chia is really good for you too, eh? The crafty preschooler, happy blessed Sunday, all, and it is a beautiful, merry month of May. It is May Day. It's May, the lusty month of May. Celery seed can replace salt. Well, yes and no, but I mean, that's how I got Howie cured of his gout. He quit drinking, but even, 10 years after quitting drinking, he would get flare-ups of gout, and he was medication called, I forget what the hell it was called, but it was a really hard on the liver anti-inflammatory to break the crystals out of the gout. And hey, Mama Cat. And well, the video's coming out on our half-acre homestead tomorrow of what we got done in the garden today or yesterday. Celery seed, a teaspoon of celery seed a day. Okay. And cutting back on red meat, things like asparagus and broccoli and stuff. I don't know about broccoli, but cutting back on those things, cut back on booze, especially red wine. But he quit drinking and he was still getting gout really bad. So allopurinol, I think it was called. Allopurinol, I think. And I got him cured of the gout with celery and celery seed, especially homegrown organic celery. If you eat a celery product a day, if your gout's really bad, find a way of eating 1 teaspoon of celery seed a day. Like, I don't care if you put it in a seed muffin or something, right? Or in your soup or something. But if you can find a way to get a level teaspoon of celery seed in your food a day and you cut way back on alcohol, gout will just, I mean, Howie had it bad. When I met him, he was only 23, and there'd be days he would paint a car with his foot in a bucket of ice water, dragging it around the car with his foot in a bucket of ice water. He was only 23. So my husband does not suffer gout. Amen to celery seeds. You don't quote me on that. You look it up yourself. I'm going to start a mini garden just to learn this year. Potatoes and green beans. I'm thinking, yeah, well, potatoes, go over to MI Gardener's channel and watch how he plants potato beds. I have no luck with potatoes. Like Howie's like, yeah, we get some, but they get really bad with potato bugs. They get, there's nothing I could do, and I don't know what caused it. Like, it must be something in my area, right? But so I don't grow potatoes, but I put in 2 beds of beets and a bed of rutabagas yesterday, and I'm planting parsnips tomorrow. And then I'm going to be ordering a dump truck load of soil. And whatever we can't, well, I'm actually I'm going to get a truckload of garden soil from my go-to guy, the snowman. In the winter or in the summer, he's the dirt man. He used to be the hay man. Jimmy Carroll's my go-to guy. Anyway, I'm going to get a truckload of garden soil, and then I'm going to get 2 dump trucks full of soil, because where he put the fill last year, I want soil dumped in there to filter down through the rocks and stuff. Because Howie's like, oh, we need more fill. I said, but think about this. The fill is there by about, there's like 10 feet of fill that's filled the ravine, right? And some DE. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. So I said, think about it, Howard. I said, that's just lumpy fill, rocks and stuff. I said, if we get a dump truck load of soil put on that and it packs down, okay, over summer, the next spring, we can get another load of fill and he'll be able to back right up to the edge of the last load of fill and dump again, right? And then when that gets filled to the back of my garden just doubled in size, didn't it? But to keep it in place, I'm going to put fruit trees along the back, whether I ever see them grow or not. So, DE, I tried everything, Avonlea Ann. I did diatomaceous earth. I did Bug Be Gone soap, spray soap. And then I went to the hardware store and got the heavy duty shit, the pesticide stuff. Nothing worked. And out of 8 beds, I got 20 pounds of potatoes. It just was not worth the land to plant them. So, yeah. I used to hate beets. My mom loves them, and she would try to get me to eat them. Recently, I tried pickle beets, and I love them. See, I'm the opposite. I don't like pickle beets, but I love beets. And that's why I put in 2 beds this year, because I found some nights I would heat up a pint of beans and a pint of beets together. And the combination of the beans and the sweetness of the beets, it was just a lovely combination. Dawn and vinegar. No, vinegar would kill them. Vinegar would kill them. Would kill the plants, right? You'd burn the plants with vinegar. But my grandmother, my dad, I remember my dad telling me to just use, his mother would just put a little bit of soap in water. So if you put like a teaspoon of dish soap in a spray bottle, and I believe a teaspoon, okay, where did I hear that? I don't know where this is coming from, folks, probably the universe. Try a spray bottle with a teaspoon of Sunlight dish soap, okay, nothing ultra, right? And a tablespoon of corn syrup, and fill it up with warm water to mix. And the corn syrup will help the soap stick, and they will hate it. They will hate it. So I just found a use for my corn syrup, didn't I? I have a bottle of corn syrup in my cupboard I've had for years. I only love pickled beets that my mom used to make. I stole her recipe. Well, there you go. Hi, Audrey. I covered cabbage planting areas with tulle netting from Joanne Fabric, not a single cabbage worm. It can work on other pests as well. Well, I'm going to plant marigolds, but mine didn't come up. So I'm praying there's going to be a garden center nearby I can buy a flat or 2 of marigolds. Used to use liquid ivory soap. Look, or is that not Dawn, Dove? Dove brought out dish soap. It was disgusting. I could never get the taste of it off the plates. But I mean, hey, Angie Mac, this is just a starter 4x8 bed. If I fail, it's okay. It's a learning year. I'm not going to say, yeah, it's okay to fail. But honey, there is a shortage coming. And they've been predicting it. And apparently, packing plants and food storage facilities have been getting hit by planes and explosions and gasoline and stuff. Do your best, okay? Plant smart and baby them. Look after your gardens this year. For aphids on her roses. Really? You remember powdered laundry soap? Right? Powdered laundry soap in the box. My cousin Charlene gave me a real wild clue one day. I said, I got to get the scrubbing bubbles for my tub. Howie leaves a horrible ring on the tub. And she goes, use laundry soap. I said, what do you mean? She said, that she said, you got powdered laundry soap? I said, yeah. She said, wet a cloth, wring it out, and dip it in the powdered laundry soap and scrub your tub. She said, it'll be slicker than grease shit. Slicker than goose shit clean. And it just, and she was right, but they don't sell a lot of powdered laundry soap anymore. The old saw, failure to plan is planning to fail. Well, nobody plans to fail, right? I've been meaning to get some tulle, but I keep forgetting. I thought I had some, but I apparently threw it away. But like we found my hoops, my garden hoops, and the fabric was all rotted. But I said, Howie said, do you want to keep these? Well, I said, yes, because you could probably make me some garden cages, garden things out of them. But if I do get some toile or toll or however you pronounce it, I just put those little rings up and put some of that garden stuff over it. Yeah, absolutely. My grandfather made bugs go away by making a mixture of smoked cigarettes soaked in water. You know what? Thank you for reminding me. My grandmother would use soap and he said he could remember his mom picking the butts out of the ashtrays. Because when you get to the end of the cigarette, there's so much tar and crap in that last bit of tobacco that it's at its most powerful than using fresh tobacco. Yeah, tutu stuff. All right, I'm going to pull a card. I'll be dipped. That's a great idea, right? This is why we have these. Oh, and so get this. Howie's sponsorship seems to be working out. The new company that he works at painted his car and they're putting their stickers on the door. That's their sponsorship for him this year. And I'm going to do a video and show you the car, right? And somebody else, the guy we're going to buy beef from, if he gives us stickers, they're going on the car too, because we're going to get a discount on our beef. So you know what? Gotta love thinking outside the box. My husband said people will be stealing gardens if they are desperate enough. Not mine. Nobody can come on my property without Gracie telling me. And she don't like people. She's a people person once she knows you. But a stranger, if a man, perlator, anybody, man comes on our property when Howie's at work, she becomes a hellhound. I'm not kidding. And she's going to drag him to hell. Whoever it is. Would you come near my mommy when daddy ain't home? I usually just lurk. Hi, GNW. Well, nice to see you. Yeah. So, I said 2020 was going to be my year, right? But I've had to face it. And there's also the fact, I think I told you guys on Thursday, that this deck does not want to talk. This one does. Always the energy oracle cards. That we may have solved the problem for YouTube, AdSense, Google. Don't drop any more cards on the floor, Bev. All right. I don't know who needs to hear this. Wow. But somebody has a contract. And now I don't read these cards by the book. I read these by intuition. Okay. I don't know who needs to hear this, but somebody has entered into a contract blindly. Okay. Usually I would think this would be blind justice, right? But it says contract. Somebody entered into a contract blindly, or what they thought they were educated on, and it turned out to be a shit show. They're having a hard time even getting people. It could be me. Problem, right? But guess what? You're being Now, the reason I'm saying this is because this was upside down. Okay? That's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying it's a negative, not a negative thing, because you have the Archangel Michael. Okay? And that's your root chakra, I believe. Yeah, your first chakra. So somebody is going to come in and help you get to the bottom of the issue. Okay? That's for somebody. I don't know who that was for. Gotta run. Everyone say a prayer for Scott tomorrow. You can tell, Bev, I love you. Thank you, honey. I will. I will. Well, this year it doesn't matter. If we get a discount on our beef and the new paint job and the stickers, we're good. We're good. You know? How about an auto parts store for a sponsor? Well, we're not there. The thing is most sponsors come when you've won a race. Well, Howie hasn't even made it, I think, to the finals yet. So, or maybe he has. He's made it to, the final two, or I don't know. It's been I honestly don't pay a whole lot of attention unless I'm filming it. So, and there's a lot of them I didn't film. So, this is basically the big splashes for his boss's company. Like, for his boss. It's the company colors and the stickers are on the doors, right? The other stickers will be he said to his his farm buddy, well, get a sticker for the trunk lid, not the trunk lid, but the not the trunk lid, but like the bumper or whatever. Not the bumper. I don't know how I don't know, but how he's now needing me less to get things done. So I'm really, really happy because that's going to save us a lot of money. I have 3 pop-ups this month. Well, I only have one. On Saturday, the 14th of May. Yeah, 14th. Because I don't know if I'm going to do it Sunday as well. So we're going to go over there like 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. And what doesn't sell gets donated or thrown away, right? Can you pull me a card for me? Sure, honey. Lynn Smith, having a CT scan Tuesday for my lungs, had found lung cancer 2 years ago and had part of my lung removed. So every day is a blessing for me. Absolutely. That is the attitude. Stepping away to put up some grains. Time tonged more buckets. What Joe meant by that I could tell, okay, is that her husband is not going to survive this bout of cancer. He's having issues with his toes that they're going to have to be amputated because they're falling off. They're rotting and falling off. And he won't survive chemo. He's 6'2", 143 pounds now. And when he had cancers 20 some years ago, they gave him the max radiation and the max chemo then. And he's had, I think, radiation since and chemo since. But there's absolutely nothing that they can do to prolong his life. And if they did anything they could do to prolong his life, would mean what's left of his quality of life would be absolute misery, place of acceptance. Because husband's last days to be as comfortable as possible, not being vilely sick and shrinking away in a battle that he can't win. Does that make sense? So folks, please take a moment to add Joe and Scott to your daily prayers, and Jatan and her daughter to your daily prayers, because this is really, this for some, this struggle is, and Joe's been battling all on her own without, help from family or friends. Okay. She's been doing this all on her own, looking after him, driving him, trying to get him to eat. You know what I mean? All of these things. And she has to come to a place of acceptance that she's got to be strong enough to be there for her husband until he dies. Right? So we pray for you know, safe and peaceful passage for Scott, and for the fortitude for Joe to continue to be there for her husband, and for us to be there for her when this time comes. Okay. And I will be sending us messages, private messages out to some people. And once you know what it is, then we'll talk, okay? Because we would like to support her, but we don't want to know. We don't want her to know. You know what I mean? Until it gets there, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, you know, we meet, email each other like every week, and we are real with each other. Like, she knows more about me than most people, right? And the truth is, you know, I wish there was more I could do. So if you want to help, or if you want to give her some support, message me on Facebook and say, let's talk about Joe. Okay? And then we'll set something up. Absolutely, Autumn Gypsy. Hey, Natalie, how's the unpacking going? And you too, Jaton, and your daughter. You can tell everybody what's going on if you wish. I don't want to break your confidence. I mean, when somebody tells me something, that's why Joe said you can tell, because I've been talking to her on a regular basis through email for months, and absolutely. So those cards aren't talking. You know why they're not talking? Because I haven't cleansed them. So we are going to light the sage. We'll smoke the sacred white sage, carry our prayers aloft to the Creator, cleanse us of negativity, bring light and love and power to our peace and expression. May we leave behind all negative emotion and be honest and clear with ourselves and each other. Oh, hey. Now, the cards have been cleansed. We have been cleansed. I'm going to pick. Absolutely. Carol. One box at a time, baby. Good girl. I overdid it yesterday in the garden. A lot of people leave when I start pulling out the cards, and that's okay. This card is for Carol Biggs. And no, it's not. She doesn't want that one. Wow. All right. You want to talk? Well, let's be civil about it, will you? There it is. Another card hits the floor. Oh. Carol Biggs, your card is regret. And it says, I know I cannot change my past. Now, what the word and the statement together mean for you is that you are accepting the fact that you cannot change the past. You cannot change what made you regret, but you are moving forward. Does that make sense? You are moving forward, and you're beginning to leave The thing, because regret is a waste of energy, isn't it? When you continually regret, it means you're refeeling, you're redoing, you're rebeating that over and over again. And as you do that, you're putting that energy out to the universe. So you've gotten to a place where you're more accepting that you can't do anything about the past, and you're no longer allowing the regret to drag you down. I hope that makes sense. I need to, at the same time, get rid of stuff and acquire prepping stuff. Yeah, I'm selling all my Bernard and lids, $1 a box at the yard sale. Well, honey, there is trying, and then there's being determined to do what you need to do. Okay? Trying implies failure right off the bat, because it says you're not doing well. Well, yes, you are doing well. You don't have to try, right? This is actually going to be very, very easy, because once you realize that some people are not meant to be in your life, that you can love them from a distance. You can love somebody enough to keep your mouth shut and stay away from them, right? Like Howie said, I said, I really wish I could have gone to Aunt Audrey's funeral. And he said, Bev, somebody would have said something and it would have been a shit show with you. I said, no, I honestly think I would have been able to handle my emotions completely and utterly, right? But because I know where I am today, Howie hasn't been to a funeral or a wedding or anything with me in quite some time, right? You've been separated 3 years, no contact. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Malka, right? And I mean, this is the love of her life, her entire life. My wife is recovering from leukemia. I pray the cure doesn't take her away from me. A card for Lori Lumax. Didn't I just do that? No, that was Biggs. Right. Lori, who's talking? Okay. This card's for Lori Lumax. Are they talking to you today, Lori? No, these ones are closed mouth today. No. Lori Lumax. Let's try the Starseed Oracle. You know what? Whoa! There we go. Lori, you got 2. Wow. Okay. Your first card is Weight of the World. Now, it says, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Okay, Lori? You're carrying a lot of other people's emotional dysfunction. You're carrying a lot of other people's judgment. And this says the weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Do you know that there comes a time in everybody's life where they come to an age where the one thing they should set down is the weight of other people's opinions? Okay? Now, the second card is the Messenger, bringing harmony and balance, but this is upside down. So you have to learn to set down the loads that are not yours to carry. And do you know what loads are yours not to carry? The loads that are not yours to carry? Anything you have no control over the outcome with. Anything that you have no control over the outcome, you have to let go. That is not your weight to carry. And when you can do that, it will bring harmony and balance. Okay, but right now your harmony and balance is out. Hey, Jane, how are you? I didn't see you right away. Thank you, Jane. I love you, Jane. I'm not coming to Beavermead this year, but you never know. You never know. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. This is V's going to go behind the fan. But never asked before, but is there a card in there for me? There could be. Do you want me to pull you a card? Give me a second. I have to recharge. And no, that is not recharging. It is helping my pain though. I have to recharge and bring in the air from the outside. All the windows are open. My house is airing. Garden too. Where is the fur baby? Oh, I thought I heard her just come in. Grace, you gonna come in and say hi?
Hey, your baby. Hey, your mommy, baby.
Let me see your ear. That doesn't look comfortable. Oh, hang on a second, folks. Don't you worry. Mommy got this. I know. Hold still. Oh, Gracie, what? You could grow potatoes in there. Let me see. I know you don't like me when I do this. Let me see. Gracie, stop fighting me here. Oh, the baby. Don't freak out if she yelps. Oh, you poor thing. You've been outside running the garden and you got dirt all through your ears. Let me see now. I think I did it. Oh, I got a little bit more right there to do. Sorry, folks. Her one ear she was holding it funny. There, that's that one. Good job. You want to shake your ears? There you go. And let me do the other one now. Let me just check. Come on. Let mommy do the other one. Good job. Good girl. Hold still. I know you want your lovin's. Just give me a second. And that one wasn't so bad, was it? Hey, there. Sorry, folks. You know, gotta give her what she needs, eh? When she asks for it. Oh, my baby. Now I lay me down to sleep. No. Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Right down the backs of your legs and up your bottom and up your back. Do I get a kiss? I want a real kiss. Come on. Thank you. You want a treat? There, you've had your ears cleaned and your lovin's. You stole the show. You stole the attention. All right, go on. Go lay down. I'll put you out in a little bit, okay? All right, who am I pulling a card for? Jan W. Why a sewing machine knocks up the bobbin side under the fabric. That's because, is it looping or knotting? If it's knotting, your tension may be too tight. If it's looping, then your tension on your bobbin's too loose. Hey, Angie, how are you, darling? My Norwegian forest cat bumped into a brush handle this morning. All right, this is for Jan W. How you doing today, Ange? Whoa. All right, Jan W. Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, teacher. Now, folks, don't get offended by the language or the imagery of Illuminati stuff on here. These are the manufacturer's cards, imagery, not mine. Okay? But Jan, you are blossoming into a place with like-minded women somewhere. Something, either you're doing it now or you're soon going to meet some people to really take into your heart as like an inner circle of friends. That's what that says. Painting the house with Brother Rob. Going to get pizza, too lazy to cook. Well, good for you. Good for you. My Norwegian forest cat. Oh, okay. So hate the bob and polka. Yeah, I know. Your tension is off. Absolutely. You're welcome. So what color is it? We're gonna stain our siding this year. Well, at least the wood part of the siding. For Rosie. All right, Rosie. Are the white light oracle card? Yes, the white light oracle cards are calling Rosie's name. Spirit of the owl. Now, if you notice, Rosie, that owls are very sharp-eyed and sharp hearing. And there's something going on in your life that has you on alert. Owls can also swivel their head almost 360 degrees. So I'm hearing, keep your eyes and ears open and watch your back. That could mean get ready for prepping. It could mean somebody's going to take advantage. I don't know, but something's coming in or is in your life that you need to keep your ears and eyes open and watch your back. Okay. Yeah, getting ready to sell Aunt Audrey's house. It's a new house, new garden, new small hamlet. So many helpful, wonderful people. Good. Awesome. Yeah, just refreshing it. Okay. So yeah, there's not going to be a lot of cooking videos this week unless somebody sent me a round steak recipe. Well, this is an inside round. It's like a brick. And I'm pretty sure Howie's cooking tonight. But I'm going to fry parsnips because I like creamed parsnips, but I saw a recipe of frying them, but I think you have to have bacon fat for that. So maybe I'll just mash them tonight. You're welcome. And I need to leave too. We've been here for an hour. And, oh, Angie, look what Howie found. My spirit of the animal oracle cards. They were under my seat in the coach. I'm going to pull a card for Angie before she leaves. Are you still here, Angie? There we go. And this one came first. Loon. Well, we always say we're loony, right? The loon, Angie, is your spirit animal. I'm telling you this. Loon intuitive. Or no, it's not your spirit animal, but it's calling you. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. You're coming up here, aren't you? Recognize that you're unique and that you are loved, Angie. And the other card was Peacock, Vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. You're really good at that, trust me. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. I've been waiting for you to come on so I could pull you those cards in. Well, I didn't pull them deliberately. They came out that way. But I wanted to ask you, Angie, I'm getting ready we're organizing for the yard sale, the community yard sale. Do you want my long wigs? The long purple one, the long turquoise one, the long pale one for your channel. Remember you were talking about the channel? Because I was going to put all the long wigs in the yard sale because I've only worn some of them once or twice, right? But I thought you might like them for. Okay, they're yours. They're yours, absolutely. Because I could see. I went, oh no, I'm not going to sell those, and I saw you in a really old-fashioned dress and the wig and the hat and makeup, and you were, the store. So anyway, folks. Hey, Frugal Prepper, how are you, darling? I've had a great weekend getting the flower beds ready. Well, I've been, I planted 3 garden beds, and I'm going to plant another. I planted 2 beds of beets and a bed of rutabagas, and tomorrow I'm planting my parsnips. And then I'm ordering more dirt. More dirt. Say aye. Howie, are you cooking that steak? He said, he comes, he's torn everything apart, right? Because he's tearing down the china cabinet and stuff. And everything's all torn apart. Excuse me. And I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing well, especially after the pain I put myself through yesterday. I'm doing real good. Take care, folks. There are some people leaving. I'm umming all over myself. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, there's a community. Yeah, Howie took apart the china cabinet to take the bottom into the coach, and I told him to put the top with the glass shelves and everything right up at the driveway for somebody to take. You made chicken chop suey. Gotta go get food. Call you tonight. Okay, Angie. Well, I'm glad you did, Angie Mac. And I've got to get stuff ready for the yard sale. But I'm glad the wigs can go to Angie, because I'm just going to keep my short blonde one and the short black one, and if I want another wig, I'll get a bright purple one or something. But I don't like wearing the long ones. They're just too. So yeah, there's going to be 22 beds out back this year. Got to order a truckload of garden soil and then a truckload of soil fill, right? Okay. But I will be baking something this week. You're a hair gal. I am a hairband gal. Where is my hair? That is right. I am a hairband gal. And when it gets longer, I'm a bun and braid girl with hairbands. But the wigs were for fun, and you know what? I had the fun. I did. I had the fun. But I'll probably give it all to Angie. The wigs and the eyelashes and the makeup and all that stuff. It totally worked for you. I know. I love my headbands. Right? They're my thing. I've been wearing them for years. It's just I've kept my hair short for so long. I didn't get them back in, kind of thing. Now listen, now that everybody who's wanted to leave, it's easy: bean sprouts, mushrooms, bok choy, and snow peas. Thank you, Freaky. I'm gonna go make some more, roll some of my plants into newspaper, plant pots into newspaper so that they don't, and put masking tape around them. And wait a minute now. I used to have a jar of little black rubber bands, and I probably threw them out. See, this is the problem with decluttering. You throw something you've had away that you've never used for 3 years, and then the next day you want to use it, right? So, for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual pledge, a prayer to who I call God, the source and creator of all. Okay? You do you touch into your faith. Okay? This is where we drop the walls that religion has plunked between us, that man has plunked between us. And we all come together and commune with God, each in our own way, but together. Isn't that powerful? All right. I need new hairbands too. I've got to bring mine up. I got a whole bunch of Christmas ones, but only one St. Patrick one and no Easter ones. Anyway, for all those that care to, now let's take a nice deep breath. And we'll hold the next one. more. Hey, God, how's it going? God, there's some people in our lives that are going through some really hard things. Some are carrying burdens that they shouldn't be, and some are carrying burdens that they have to with no help. So God, we lift these people who are ill and failing, or supporting people that are ill and failing, that are alone, rejected, neglected, addicted. All these people, we lift them up to you, God, so that the warmth of your love may pour down over them like warm honey. And even if they don't or can't or feel it, we're giving it to them. You're giving it to them from us. And the seed will be planted, and they will be able to draw on it when they need it. God, the world's a crazy negative place right now. And we want to help. We want you to help us, God. Put the blinders on. We don't want to not see what's going on. We just don't want it to affect our focus on the light of your love, God. We want to be able to shine with the light of your love so that people can come back from the darkness, or come out of the darkness to a place of light, because we know, God, when we shine the light of your divine love, we glow with it, and it pushes back the darkness. So, God, we come together and we link hearts and we link hands. And we ask you, God, to fill us so full of light that we cannot contain it, and we push it out, and we are a bright, brilliant light of divine love, like a lighthouse in a storm of safe harbor. Yeah. Yeah. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Peace be with you. Merry meet, merry part. Miigwech. Blessed be. Whatever your salutation is, know that when we come together, we are heard. Take care. God bless. I'll see you Thursday. Mwah. Remember, extra prayers, please, for Jatan and her daughter, for all those we know who are going through stuff like Joe and Scott. May the rocky road days ahead for them. Well, if you want to do more, like a card, message me at Beverly Foley on Facebook or in the Connected Hearts. Now, there's more than one Beverly Foley, so make sure it's the one with the bright pink heart and me wearing a hard hat, okay? Take care. God bless. I love you guys. Don't ever forget that.